all, I'm going to read this thing. It's from Howard Zinn, who is an American historian and many other things. And it's worth listening to carefully. Civil disobedience is not our problem. Our problem is civil obedience. Our problem is that people all over the world have obeyed the dictates of the leaders of their governments and have gone to war. And millions have been killed because of disobedience. Our problem is that people are obedient all over the world in the face of poverty and starvation and stupidity and war and cruelty. Our problem is that people are obedient while the jails are full of petty thieves. And all the while the grand thieves are running the country. That's our problem. And when I was in prison, I very much felt this, that I'm in with the petty thieves, but the people who are the real big problems, the people who put me there, are running the country. One of the questions is, why are we doing these things? Why are we doing these things which some people think are extreme or disruptive? Why are we doing it? We're doing it because we have to do it. Because we have in this country and most countries in the world, we have a democratic deficit. That means that I, for example, can be arrested and I could be imprisoned, I can be fined, all kinds of things for standing with a placard outside of an oil depot. No, and 51 of us were arrested and some were imprisoned for that. Yet we citizens, 10 million, 20 million, 50 million of us, if we want the corporations to stop polluting our planet, we want them to stop destroying our ecosystems, we want to stop destroying our communities, we have no legal recourse. I can't have an injunction, none of us can have an injunction to get the fossil fuel corporations and the food corporations and the other corporations which are killing us to stop what they're doing. Because what they are doing is protected by law. It's legal. It's legal for Exxon to do what they're doing, for Shell to be doing what they're doing, for BP to be doing what they're doing, for the food corporations to be doing what they're doing, for the fast clothing, the fast fashion industry to be doing what they're doing. It's all completely legal because we have an accountancy system which takes into account only money. It doesn't take into account community, human beings. Okay, so who's an activist? Any activists here? Okay, anybody who wants to be an activist, anybody who thinks of themselves as an activist is an activist. You don't have to glue yourself onto anything, you don't have to lock on, you don't have to climb anything, you don't have to get out of your house even. But what you have to do as a very minimum is to support those who are doing these things. Those who are involved in non-violent direct action, non-violent civil disobedience. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. Okay. Could you repeat this? Non-violent, civil, disobedience. Non-violent, civil, disobedience. Okay. The strength of that. Maybe another time. Yeah. One more time, please, by yourselves. Okay, this is really important because if we're the strong part of that is the non-violent part, and a lot of people don't get that. They think, let's smash it, let's do it, let's tear it down, and this doesn't work because we're weak, relatively weak compared with the state. The state is ready for us. They can completely smash us if we are militant, if we go with arms, if we try and destroy things. They're ready for that, and they will mobilize the corporate media and the entire public opinion against us if we do that. We'll be finished very quickly. So, but what they can't handle, what they find very difficult to handle, is our non-violent direct action, non-violent civil disobedience. Okay, thank you. And it's one of the things that's happening is that when we come into contact with police, I've come into contact with a lot of police, with people in the judiciary, people in the prison service, fellow prisoners, and each time I have an opportunity to talk. and they have an opportunity to talk, and we listen to one another, and we spread this message. And it's changing people. The police are changing. The police, they have to do their job. They have to arrest us when we do the things we do. Sorry. So I'm being told to be quiet. It's so unfair, isn't it? Okay. Okay, I've said non-violent civil resistance is what we do. Non-violent civil resistance is what I mean. People who try and bring contention between us. We're one species. We're one people. You know, we can have our different cultures, our different groups, but we will only survive if we can come across those categories and treat one another with love and respect. And this is really important. And it's good to see so many children and young people here today who are really, they understand this. You know, they understand this. And we have to speak with people that we don't like to speak to. You know, we have to speak with the heads of corporations, with police, with judges, to speak with them in a respectful way. If we yell at them, if we shout and we jab our fingers at them, they dismiss us. But they listen to us when we speak to them with respect. This is my experience. And another thing, finally, is regenerative cultures, is that in Extinction Rebellion and in Just Stop Oil and all these organizations to do with social justice and climate justice, we speak of regenerative cultures, that we look after one another, we care for one another. It goes very deep. In our society, we have a fragmented society. We have the nuclear family. We don't have extended family groups, so we've lost that, and we have to recover that. And we do that through our groups. So I'll be quiet because I'm feeling a lot of pressure from behind me. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Rajan.